Hey folks, it's Fernando doing another video for The Modern Survivalist, continuing with a series of videos about my latest book, Out And Relocating. Link to Amazon is going to be there, available below. By the way, thanks for the reviews. Keep those 5-star reviews coming, they're really helpful and I really do appreciate them. The topic of this video is going to be documents bag, also known as very important papers bag. And you know what, you probably have in your house some kind of version of a box with your birth certificates, your passports, maybe some family heirlooms, maybe your kids' teeth or something like that, grandfather's medals or little trinkets that are important family heirlooms of some kind, along with other important papers. Now, the documents bag, or a very important papers bag, is simply a more practical, updated version of that. It's keeping those important documents in a smaller, compact bag. You know, something like this, a satchel like this, that it's made of tough, rugged material, waterproof to some degree, and that can be improved with Ziploc bags on the inside. The concept and the idea behind the documents bag is the following. You want to have something that is very compact, that has the crucial documents and items you just don't want to be without. Alright, why not keep this with your bug-out bag, for example? Well, the explanation would be the following. Your bug-out bag is very important, but this is more important. If it comes down to it, and I'm not able to carry a larger backpack, which is usually what you see in most bug-out bags, I want something that is small, something that I can carry easily over the shoulder. I have 2 kids. If it ever comes down to it and I have to carry one kid on each arm, or I'm hurt and not able to carry a larger bag along with helping maybe a wounded family member during a fire, a disaster of some kind, I want something that if I have to make that choice of leaving behind a larger bag, I want to have something that's smaller so as to quickly grab it and go. If I'm able to grab this plus the bug-out bag, that's even better. But if I have to choose, I want something like this. I at least have the option of going with a smaller, more compact version with some of the essentials that I want to have. What is it that you should be keeping here? Basically, the following is a good start. You want to have your passport, of course, your family's passports, birth certificates, basically your important papers, documents that are very hard or even impossible to replace. You want to have a USB drive with more copies of other papers. And you know what? Within your USB drive, I recommend having 2 different vaults with 2 different passports. Why? Because one of them is with 2 different passwords. Why? Because if you have 2 vaults inside that USB drive, one of them can be containing some of the more delicate information that you don't want people seeing, and the other one is going to be having maybe photographs, a video that is useful for insurance purposes, or copies of your ID that it's okay for them to see. So in that vault, you keep what you're maybe going to be handing over to authorities for ID purposes, and you're going to be giving them the password so as to access only that vault while keeping the other one private and secure. Besides that, you want to have a set of your keys, your house keys, your car keys, your emergency cash. You want to keep that as well here, so as to have it along with your important documents. A good amount of cash is always welcome during an emergency. It's actually pretty important, pretty crucial. Maybe some of the precious metals, especially gold. Gold is going to be, being a more compact form of wealth. You can actually have several $1,000s worth of gold in just a few gold coins inside a smaller bag. Silver is nice, but it usually gets very bulky, which is something that I've made reference to before, mentioned it in my book as well, and not a lot of people think about it. They start buying silver because it seems like cheaper, which it's easier to buy an ounce of gold every month or so, and it quickly starts adding up. The thing is that eventually you have a respectable amount of weight in silver. With gold, is a more compact form of wealth, easier to carry around when you have to do so. All right, so yeah, that's basically it. Having a bag with those key elements that will make a huge difference if you have to leave everything else behind. When it comes down to it, it's two things that you just don't want to be without. If it ever gets bad that you have to leave your country entirely, even a local emergency where you just need to have a form of ID and you need to have some money to get back on your feet. Having your passport, having cash, those two are crucial. Having left Argentina like I did, I remember being in my car, heading to the airport and thinking, I need the plane tickets, passports, and the money we have. That's the things I just don't want to be without. If I lose everything else that I'm taking, that's okay. But these things are, these are crucial. And I was starting over a new life entirely, and those things in my jacket's pockets were the most important things to have. And I can see how for people that are evacuating a country because of war, because of a disaster, of a plague, any other disaster you could think of, if you're going to be heading to the border and you have to make a fresh start elsewhere, those two things are the most important ones, and the ones that you basically cannot replace right there and then. Okay, folks, that's gonna be all for now. Remember to subscribe, thumbs up, and share the video. Take care, have a great day, see you on our next video.